Hello everyone, it's Stephanie Stevens. How you guys doing today? So welcome to the Stephanie Stevens Show live at 5. Today our show is about catfishing. I'm seeing that trending a lot in the LGBT pronoun community, and even some of the straight communities are complaining about being catfish. On the Stephanie Stevens Show today, I am going to explain to you what catfishing is and what the story is and what the tea is behind catfishing. So, thank you guys so much for joining me here on the Stephanie Stevens Show. I'm going to give you the 411 on catfishing. Now, as you know, hi Dean, as you know, we have heard a lot about catfishing in the last year. This is actually not something that's new, but they finally have named it. So, like I said, I'm Stephanie Stevens, so welcome to the Stephanie Stevens Show. And the show today is about catfishing. I'm going to explain it to you, what it is, and to find out, have you been catfished while you were online? Hi, Dan. Hi, John. How are you, girl? Oh, I put a little something on for you today. Another one. I got so many wigs, child. Oh, passionate in purple. Yes, darling. Yes. You know, my mother, when we buried my mother, she had a purple and lavender dress on. And purple and lavender is really a favorite of mine. But not to talk about that. Mother's Day is coming up, so I've been thinking about her a lot. But anyway, today our show is about catfishing. Not the catfish that you eat, but some of y'all ate some catfish that got on the line that probably wasn't supposed to be on the line. But anyway, I'm going to explain to you guys what catfishing is all about today on the Stephanie Stevens Show. Now, if you are online or a social media person and you're always online, you probably have been catfished at one time or another. I think most gay men. Now, as you see, I tend to trend what's happening in the LGBT pronoun community, so I know most gay men and trans women have been catfished. Now, you guys want to know what catfishing is. Catfishing, now this is what I got off of Google. Catfishing is to lure someone into a relationship or a hookup by means of fictional online persona, which means they pretend to be someone else online. Now, and they try to make you believe that they are someone else, whether they're trying to get information from you or they're trying to steal your money or some sort of a scam in some way, whether to hook up, because we all know 90% of the pictures on most hookup sites aren't real, or they're old. They're very old. Now, because we know that, and we know that from experience. Now, I know that the majority of us have been catfished, mainly if you have been on some hookup site. And I'm going to just give you an example. I have heard from many of the trans women that other trans women set up fake accounts to either sabotage their escorting business or whatever online business that they have, just because they're jealous or malicious, or they're trying to steal something from them or steal the idea, or the mere fact of they just don't like the person. Now, but for most online catfishing people, now I'm going to give you an example. Sometimes when people aren't your type or your criteria or what you're looking for, they set up these different fake names and fake accounts to lure you in, whether to steal your money, to have sex, or just to find out some kind of information about you. Now, I'm going to tell you now, as you guys know, we have all went over to someone's house and they said they look this way and they actually look that way. That's part of catfishing. And not only that, catfishing comes in a lot of different ways. When someone is telling you a story sometimes that is hard to be true, that they travel all over the world, that they got this massive amounts of money. Now, number one, if a person is traveling all over the world, why are they contacting you? And mainly if you live in a certain area. Now I have $30 billion. Even if I had $30,000, why would I contact somebody in a concerning area? That's catfishing. Two, hey sis. Oh, hi Simon, how are you? Hey sis, hi. Hope everything is fine. Greeting and big hugs from Germany. Oh, thank you, Germany. Thank you for tuning in. I haven't heard from you in a while there, Germany. Hi, Scarlett Mason. Hi. Hi, Christopher. Hi, Kalea. How you guys doing? Now, I want to get back to finish trying to explain the catfishing. Now, a lot of people do this, mainly from other countries. And even some people from our own country who are trying to either scam money from you or scam something in some form or way, or deceive you in some way of trying to get something out of you. Now, I read this on Google. Now, of course, I had to do my research because we needed an example for what catfishing was. As you guys know, I am a big RuPaul Drag Race fan, a big one. And I have watched the show. I'm not here to give my reviews on the show because my reviews about their drag and what I do is totally different. But I look, I let the little children have their space because they need to learn somewhere. And the fact that they have an opportunity to do what we do and hopefully somewhere along the line achieve the success that a lot of the older queens have, good for them. Now, but I was watching season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race. I hadn't even heard of this person, a drag queen called Sherry Pie. Now, apparently she had been catfishing straight men online, saying that she was a casting director. Now, and these men were coming over to her place. They showed her picture. Her name is Jason. I'm not going to say what his last name is. They showed a picture of him on Google and what the story was. So I researched it for you guys. Fantastic this week. All the shops will be open. So, girl, I'm going shopping. Oh, hell. Oh, yes, girl, me too. I can't wait for all the shops to be open too. Lord, I am so excited. I can go to the wig store now. I can stop buying these little cheap little wigs and stuff. Oh, no, y'all know this is my real hair now. Come on now. Come on. Excuse me. I hate when lipstick gets in the corner of your mouth. I usually try to wear just flat powder when I'm doing the shows, but today I felt glossy. Now, I am so glad, Simon, that the stores are opening up. So, I'm so glad that the stores are opening up, and we get back to a little bit of normalcy, a little bit at a time. That's a good thing. So let's get back to the RuPaul Drag Race star Sherry Pie, who has been catfishing heterosexual men online or just men in general trying for a hookup. Now, Sherry Pie is not the best looking drag queen, and she's kind of a large lady. Nothing wrong with being large, because you can be large and beautiful. Now, because she was sex-starved, she started catfishing heterosexual men online. Now, she told them that she was a casting director. Now, we have all lied online and said that our penis was this size, and we were this here, we were in the best shape. We were all doing this. But apparently, she had the guys over doing degrading things, saying that she was a casting director, meaning she was trying to fulfill her fantasy. I'm sure that's what it was, that catfishing. And the fact that she had lured these men over here, saying that she lured them to her place, saying that she was a casting director, is part of what is called catfishing, because she actually lied and created this persona that she was this big director from Hollywood and she was casting actors for a role. Miss Sherry Pie, you something else, girl. Catfishing. It's strange. I'm always online, and I always seem to be get the news secondhand. I didn't even know there was such a thing as catfishing. I thought that was just called lying. Okay, just call lying when most guys try to pick you up online or hook up with you and all this stuff here, and they give you fake pictures and fake addresses and fake information all over the place. I mean, but every now and then you snatch a cute one every now and then. Now that is what I want to tell you guys about online hookups that. The show today is called Catfish. That means online hookups that aren't real. People that create personas that to achieve something from you, whether it's sex, money, or whatever the situation is, and it is not real, or it's people trying to get information about you. Now, as you know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You know, none of us on Facebook can have 5,000 friends or 3,000 friends, and we know these people. We know, but Facebook knows that 60 to 70% of the friends on your Facebook profile are catfished, because people are trying to find out information about you. Hi, Loretta, how are you? Good to see you too. Now, Facebook, because of their huge company, they know who's catfishing you. This is why a lot of the times you get them saying, are you sure you know this person or this and that? Because they know that that is a fake profile. So now, if you want to know how you've been catfished, and if you have been catfished, I am going to tell you right here on the Stephanie Show how you will know you've been catfished. If you find on your Facebook pages people who have limited information on their Facebook pages. They don't have a history of their family, their jobs, with the places they visited around the world, vacations. They don't have a history. Nobody is just now new on Facebook in our modern world, unless you live in a third world country and you don't have access to the internet every day, all day. But most of us will have a solid profile of our history, from whether we do shows, we work here, we work there, we've done this, we've done that. We put all this stuff on our Facebook pages. Now, Facebook has made it clear to me and to a lot of other people, sometimes people, you know what, for a long time there, I kept having people send me fake profiles to see what I'm doing, to see what shows I'm doing, so they can copy the shows before we do them. And you know, fish don't fry in the kitchen. Moving on. John, you're crazy. Now, like I said, is a lot of times people catfish you to steal your ideas and steal to find out where you're working at. For years, about 2 years, when I was working with a group called The Imposters, we used to get the drag queens in Toronto used to call our venues and tell the people who were hiring us all kinds of things, bad and nasty things about the Imposters that were not true, and trying to get us to keep us from getting the gigs, because they weren't getting any gigs. So we were being catfished too. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know why people, to me, I find it rather hard to believe that somebody would take that much time out of their day to find out what another person is doing to obtain really nothing. What did you get from calling the venue? We still went to work there, we still work there, but it just shocks me that people take time out of their day to maliciously catfish someone and then try to orchestrate that into an advantage for themselves. Now that is just rude. How are you doing, Loretta? What's going on, Santana? So that's what the show is about today, about catfishing. So and I find that a lot of that is happening online lately, and I saw that and I could not stop laughing because I had never seen that before. Like I said before, I would just call it lying, but Facebook and a lot of you guys have given it a name called catfish. And then I heard the story about the girl, which went viral on all over the place, Sherry Pie from RuPaul's Drag Race, that catfished a lot of guys, and they were mad at her, and now she's been disqualified from season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Girl, you didn't have to do that to get a man. I know sometimes, we want the beautiful boys. Can't always happen, girl. You gotta work at when you want to get beautiful things. You gotta work at it, girl. Okay. Now, well, my hats off to you, Miss Sherry Pie. I hope something good came out of all that. I mean, but if you got disqualified on the show, well, sometimes being disqualified and cast out sometimes works to your advantage. But I don't know, girl. There's a million RuPaul Drag Race stars, so I think you're gonna have a hard time trying to get back up in there, girl. You have been catfished, woman. In other words, that catfish came back to bite you. I don't know. Now, like I said, let me finish talking to you a little bit more about catfish. As you guys never know, never sharing. It says this on Google. If people never share face pics with you when you're trying to do either an online hookup or you're trying to add them to your Facebook or whatever, if they don't have up-to-date information, which you can see the time that somebody's been on their Facebook page. You can also see up-to-date pictures. You can see the last time they were actually online. And if they don't have a profile picture or lots of different pics of their family, their friends, their dog in their profiles, they are catfishing you. So a lot of us are being catfished on Facebook and social media, and really a lot of the hookup sites, very few people are real. The pictures, they're real, but a lot of them are catfishing you, whether it's another person trying to find out what you're doing and what you're into and all this kind of stuff, or mad at you because you done rejected them. A lot of people catfish you because of that. Hi, John. How are you? So that is the show. Have you guys been catfished? Talk to me about your catfishing. Tell me, have you been catfished, John? Because I know we all go on these hookup sites, and every now and then when we try to, pick up somebody or try to, we need a little bit of company and, loving. Get your sound. Yo, what's up, John? How you doing? Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? He said, yo. Oh, my goodness. Now, like I said, for me, it's easy. I didn't really have to. Once I got the gist of what catfishing was, I really understood that it's nothing that we haven't experienced before. People have always been online, whether through your emails or through your phone, trying to catfish you into either stealing your money or, trying to convince you to do things that normally you wouldn't do. And they've created this fake persona of a person or they create a relationship with you to say that, they're this beautiful person and they travel all over the world. They have all this money. They have this and this and this, and they know this person and know that person. 90% of us, we don't even look at the history of what a person is. For me, I find that if you just be straightforward, you don't have to worry about catfishing, and stop opening up all those emails in your email box. We now know, the government tells us all, they never email you nothing. So whenever you get anything in your email box from the Canada Revenue or whatever revenue place, you know that that is fake, because the government will never email you for nothing. Never. They contact you directly through your own mailbox. So that is just a little bit of a hint I'm telling you guys right there. Because trust me, I did it. Nobody meows, fish me, Chadwick. I don't have any info. How can they run with? I'm good then. Listen, Chadwick, well, we've all been catfished, Chadwick. Before you had a boyfriend, if you were online, there's always somebody online trying to set up a profile that maybe liked you or wanted to get with you or wanted to get something out of you. Whether, a lot of us now, we hook up, and then now the hookup has become partying. So a lot of us have been catfished, because even straight men I know today that didn't do things like they used to, like we do. You understand what I mean? Things that we do. They are now doing what we're doing, and they understand the gay community, and they know how to catfish us now to get to our parties and come to things that normally straight men would have no interest in. And we know what I mean. Now, when first thing people ask you, and mainly young people, they all party. Do you party? Then you know what that means. That means sex, drugs, and booze. I mean, sex, buzz, drugs, and booze. And everybody is catfishing everybody. Mainly if you don't have something that you know a group of other people have. Young people are more eager to join different groups and experiment. So trust me, they have been catfishing a long time, young people. Trust me. They're online trying to get their groove on. Now, you guys, you say Chadwick, you say you've never been catfished. Well, not to your knowledge. But I was reading on the thing on Facebook about being catfished. And Facebook now it's really sticking their nose out trying to make sure that you are not catfished with fake profiles and fake pictures, which we know there's a lot. I still have a lot, but they are always, for some reason, they keep putting it in my window. They bring up these people that are already friends on my page, and they put them in my window. Are you sure that you know this person? And it makes me think, who's on my page? Now, I know it's a lot of the drag queens on my page probably trying to see what I'm doing and what I'm up to and all that stuff, which it doesn't bother me because I got nothing to hide. I am an open book dealer. If you want to know something about Stephanie, you ask me. And I have no qualms at saying what I like and what I want. That is something that I learned. And I learned when you become an open book, you have nothing to hide. They got nothing to work with. Food for thought. Food for thought. Give them nothing to work with. You were right, Chadwick. Hi, Corrado. Hey, Perry. How you doing? Yeah, I put a little purple on today because when my mother died, we put a gown on her like this here, a really nice, beautiful dress in this color with rhinestones, little rhinestones and pearls. And I miss her, and I was thinking about it. So, because Mother's Day is coming up, so I put this look on. Do you like it? Oh, you like the look? Oh, okay. Just a little something. I didn't want to be too, these here were I tied this because these were hanging out. I was like, oh no, I don't want Facebook banning me. Facebook, they like to check everything, honey. I cannot be banned on Facebook. That's my lifeline to getting work when all of this is over. What's going on, Corrado? I haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing? I saw Jack A a few weeks ago. I'll talk to you about that offline. I saw her a few weeks ago at one of those places over there in the mall. Oh, you like the look? Oh, thank you, Perry. The videos are so inspirational. I keep forgetting we're in a pandemic. Well, that's good. My job here, Chadwick, is to make us feel like we're just normal while we're stuck inside. I mean, it's hard to be stuck inside. It really is. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos, Chadwick. I always say, keep your options open and sometimes your legs. John, you're so funny. You're so funny. She's always you see, you told me when we were talking live that you weren't sexual. You something else, John. How many of those men have catfished you? Perry, have you ever been catfished? Now, it's where people who set up fake profiles and send you different crazy information to try to either hook up with you or steal money and all these kinds of things. I mean, we're used to different groups of people doing these things because you see them busting all these different places all over the world, these groups of people stealing people's retirement money and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, we've all been catfished. Because trust me, back in the days, I went to one of two people's houses that were on these hookup sites that were not what they said they were supposed to be. They catfished me good. Hook, line, and sinker. Oh, Lord. So that's what the show was about today, about being catfished. So if you have been catfished, Tell me your story. I want to hear the tea because I'm giving you the 411. Like I said, the drag queen that was on RuPaul's Drag Race had catfished 5 men into thinking she was a casting director. She was a director in general, and she was casting this huge role and she had all these hot guys come to her place as a man. And now she didn't think that that would get out. Now what it was is that she had these guys doing degrading things. Now first of all, she lured them over to her place thinking that she was a casting director or a director, and they had been doing these things because they wanted to get movie roles. Doesn't this sound a lot like we've heard before with Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein, all these things? And now this is just a repeated occurrence all the time. It's just the funniest thing. Hi Dale, how you doing? You need some sexual healing, John? To Johnny Gay. Oh yes, get it. Get it. Hi Dale, how you doing? Hi Dale. Okay. So now, this is what I don't understand, is why would you go out of your way, mainly if you know you're going to be doing this famous reality show, and put your career in jeopardy? Well, maybe she didn't know at the time. Maybe she didn't know. I don't know. Well, good luck, Miss Sherry Pie. Good luck, girl. You have been catfished. You were catfished by Sherry Pie. I think we've all been catfished somehow. Whoa! What's going on, Dale? Have you ever been catfished? Yeah, I put a little something on. I didn't put no nails on because my fingers needed a rest from all that that glue and nail polish. Have you guys been catfished? Tell me now. I know y'all have. I know nobody likes to talk about that. Oh, Bill Cosby. Well, listen, Phil Cosby catfished a lot of women. But I'm going to be honest, a lot of women got famous out of all that, but Bill shouldn't be touching those women like that there. Bill's something else. The first fake black doctor on TV, and he was having his way with white women all over town. Lay this way, lay that way. I want you to lay over here. Yeah, now assume this position. Now get on your knees. Ooh, Bill is something else, honey. I wonder how Bill is faring in jail. I should do a show just on Bill Cosby. Let's talk about But today the show is about catfishing, y'all. Hey, Carla, how are you? Hey, Adeline, how you guys doing? What's going on? Carla, we're talking about catfishing, and I know you know about this. You know about these people that are online, get these online personas, and they're fake. And they try to achieve information about you or steal your money or, find out what you're up to and all these kinds of things. Now, that sounds like some investigative reporter stuff that, like I said earlier in my conversation. Hi, Don. How are you? Oh, you were catfished for money? Oh, what happened? I'm sure I've been catfished, but they must have given up when they realized I had nothing to go with for their benefit. Well, hello. Let me tell you something, Chadwick. Hi, Tracy. Let me tell you something. You have to be careful of people these days catfishing us all. Because I have heard many times on the news where people are catfishing seniors. They've been stealing seniors' monies for years. They better not steal my little retirement fund that I have, because that's all I got, and I'm not going to be catfished out of it. Not me. As far as I'm concerned, if it's not my sister asking me for money, I don't send money. I try not to send money. Even online, I try not to send money. I do, but I try not to, because it's a scary situation. If I'm gonna give you money, or I owe you money, or whatever the situation is, I'm giving it to you in person. I'm taking it out of the machine and I'm handing it to you. And otherwise, and if I'm hooking up with somebody, I ask for like 25,000 pictures. I want to know that you have a book with nothing but pictures in you. Today of selfies. This is the day of selfies. So you should have 1,000,000 of them. And don't tell me that you don't have no C pics, because we know you do. What man you know ain't proud of his member? Click, click. You better start clicking. Otherwise, you can't come over here. I'm not going to be catfished. Email phishing, I know about it. Yes, you have to be careful. You know, I was sitting here. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Trick by tricks. That's right. God, you're such a trick by tricks. I know that's right. And a lot of the guys and people that you hook up with and you work with, don't think that you just work with some of these people and when they leave, they go home. And they don't try to find out what's going on with you. Mainly if you're a different race or a different gender or something like this, or they find you attractive, or you have some sort of a lifestyle and they see that. Oh, trust me, they're on Google, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, all trying to find out what you're doing and what you're about. Most of us have been catfished, it says on Google, and are now even being catfished. Because when you think about, when you say you have 1,500 followers on Instagram, 5,000 followers on Facebook at the max. Then you have 20,000 on Twitter. How do you know you're not being catfished? These are people stealing your ideas, stealing your money, they even stealing your thoughts. There's so many people. Ooh, y'all be careful. Don't get catfished. Be careful. These online personas are no joke. Not that, I'm sure I'm being catfished from all these drag queens in the community and set up fake name and fake profiles. Even some of the boys maybe I hooked up with back in the day are mad now because I don't hook up with them anymore, because I don't do that anymore. And it ain't that. Listen here, I'm a Christian, but I am not a saint, okay? By no means. We've all done our thing, okay? And we have people all the time trying to find out what we're doing and why we moved on without them, or you've got a better job or something. So in a sense, we've all been catfished. Strange. That's very strange. I mean, Carla, we know, girl. You know we have been catfished. Trick by tricks, yes, darling. Oh, yes. We something else. But no, like I said, the show today was about catfishing, and I just wanted to know if you guys had been catfished. And that was what I wanted to talk about today. So that's why I was on, because I promised this show. But remember, on Friday we will be having the AA and recovery show on Friday, and we will be Zooming for the first time. So we're going to see how that goes. So I hope you guys will join me on Friday for the AA and recovery. If you know somebody that just needs to talk and wants to talk it out, no matter whether drugs, alcohol, sex addiction, all these things, we can talk about it all. I don't mind listening to you guys and giving you, my opinion or my thoughts. We're not here to judge nobody, because we've all been in the hot seat, and we probably are still in the hot seat or going to be in the hot seat. So, this is what the show is about today, about catfishing. So, Carla, you say trick by tricks. I love that, honey. I know that's right. And we have been through it all there, Carla. Now, that's what the show was about today, was about catfishing. And then I just gave you the little story about the girl who is now the most famous catfisher, Sherry Pie from RuPaul's Drag Race, who put this online persona that she was a director and was casting for this major role, and all these heterosexual men showed up at her place, and she made them end up doing degrading things. So they were catfished, okay? They were lured. You've been lured by the Sherry Pie. I heard she was disqualified on RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't know. I'm going to have to watch the episode. But now that I've already done the catfishing show, we'll have to come back to that down the road somewhere. But I'm glad to see you guys are doing good. How you guys doing? The weather is okay outside. It's a little chilly. How's everybody doing? What's going on, Chadwick? What's going on, Carla? Anybody want to talk about anything? You guys got something on your mind? Just say it. I am here for you. I am so happy that the stores are some of the stores are opening up. I don't know about the wig store. I'm going to call them though. I'm going to call them tomorrow and see if things are happening. Oh, you like that? Oh, great topic. Oh, thank you, Carla. Yeah, catfishing. We all need to know about this because I was shocked when I saw this trending in the LGBT pronoun community. A lot of this is going on. You know, I asked my friend, I deal with a lot of elderly people and fraud. It's very sad. I know you're right, Tracy. It is very sad. It's sad that people are always trying to steal from the most vulnerable people on the planet, whether it's mentally, physically, or whatever it is. This is just something that, I don't know. It is very sad. It's a lot of times I say this because it's not a black and white thing, but where are the children? Where are the people who probably should be managing their mother and father's money or estates when we get older and we can't seem to do things the way we used to? And I know parents don't want their children really running their finances and telling them what to do. But when you get to a certain age, you got to look after your mom and dad. And you got to make sure that they understand what the internet is. When you're 70 and 80 years old, you don't have the same wits as we do and up-to-date information with how to keep your computer safe or your phone safe. And sometimes maybe this should be a wake-up call to, make sure we know when our parents or our grandparents or whoever it is that are online, they understand that you don't ever send money online. Older people probably shouldn't be sending money online anyway, not even through their bank accounts. They probably should have automatic deposits from their accounts to cover their bills, and the only thing they have to do is go to the bank. This way, they don't have to have all their personal information online, which ends up making them being catfished. This is shocking. So, I don't know. I don't, it's snow? A lot of grown-up kids live in other cities and have no clue what's going on with their parents. I know. I'm gonna be honest, Tracy. I was lucky to be very connected to my folks, even in their time when they were dying. I mean, me, my brother, and my sister, we've always been close to our parents, and we were there with them until the end. But my parents were very strict and very much like the way I am thinking. I always think now before I act. Before I didn't, because I was just hanging out and having a good time. But now I think before I act. And my parents were always like that. Think before you do something. Think before you give away all your money. Think before you have nothing. And always remember, check on your sister, check on your brother. Make sure that we are always okay. And that is a good thing that has happened with our family. I mean, even though I live a different lifestyle and everything, my brother and my sister treat me good. And they always try to call me and say, what's going on? And all this here. Because the first thing, they know how we live and they always think the worst. But they always seem to check up on me. And that's what we used to do with our parents. Even when my father became very ill, my parents did not leave their home. My father died in our house where he wanted to be, not in the hospital. They had him in the hospital and they said, he doesn't have much time, and we took him home, and my father passed away at home, not in the hospital, surrounded by all of us. So people, maybe that's something that you can work on with trying to get people's children more involved in their parents' lives. Just sort of reach out to the kids and say, well, your parents are over here. You haven't called them this week. Maybe you should try. Maybe they should have that kind of a service to where there's a group of people that call people's kids when they're in nursing homes or they're ill or they're in shelters or wherever they are, just so people can just, even if they don't have the best relationship with their parents, the kids know where their folks are. That's right. Let me tell you something. Even when I always wanted to hear from my parents. My mother was hands-on. She knew everything we were doing. Even when we was up to crazy things, she knew. She didn't say nothing a lot of the time, but a lot of times she did say something. She said, You know, when you hear that, you know, don't be doing that foolishness. But it has to be a way to where kids stay connected to their folks to keep them safe and they keep them from being online and catfished. That's what. So it's a good thing for you, Tracy. It's good for you calling your dad all the time. You know, I mean, me and my father I was the baby in the family, so my father used to always he didn't do a lot of talking. My mother used to be the nurturer. My father used to just look at us. Look at us, and every now and then brush your head or something like that. But he loved us all the same. Hi, Brett, how are you? But no, like I said, I am really glad that I did the show today on catfishing to let people know that a lot of people are online with fake personas that are trying to either achieve to get information about you or steal your money or just try to do something deceitful to you. But I have learned, and I learned a long time ago from my mother and father, when you put it all out there, you got nothing. You put it yourself out there. You got nothing to hide. You got nothing to lose. So you don't give them anything to run with. And you never send money online unless you are sure with your bank or whatever the situation is. But you never let older people send money online without an eye. So it's always good to either tell them to do direct deposit. So this way, all thing they got to do is go to the bank every month and check their bank receipt and see where the money went. This way, they're not sending money to scammers online, and they're going to be catfished. Not that I am here as the advice guru for people getting catfished on emails and spammers and all that. I'm just saying that I found that interesting that a lot of people in the LGBT pronoun community were talking about being catfished, whether it was from online hookups to email scammers or people just in general trying to get something out of them, whether it's information or money or sex. Okay? Time for me to sign off. It's 10:45. Take care. Good night, Tracy. Thank you for joining us here today on the Stephanie Stevens Show. I love the idea that you talk to your father every day. That made me happy. Made some tingling in me. So have a great night and good night, Tracy, my friend, and have a good one. Hi, Brent. How are you? Now, like I said, I am going to sign off now. The show today was about catfishing and my little advice on that. I will see you guys on Friday for the AA and Recovery Show. I am Stephanie Stevens, and thank you guys so much for joining me here. Please like and share my videos with everybody. Thank you, everybody, and good night. And please, don't be catfished.